It is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It is 5 o'clock on the West Coast. It is the 13th of November in the year of our Lord 2025. Season 16, episode 20, 441 times. You have been welcome to the Clubhouse Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things sports and entertainment. And as I can say now, welcome. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of the Clubhouse Podcast, and right now it's the solo adventure. We're going to have to see how all this works out. So, want to say thank you to everybody that's out there supporting Sunset Lounge DFW. We've got a lot going on right now, a lot of cool stuff coming up for you. Also got couple of brand new shows for you to check out as well. All the shows right here at the network are awesome, whether it's YDC, which I love guesting on, especially when they let me in the building. I mean, there's that. We got Just Wondering with Norm, which is even on local TV right now, which is actually pretty cool. Shout out to Ashley and all the hard work she does for that. We've got El Maximo for our Spanish-speaking friends, a great show by some great people over there. We've got Beer 30 Sports O'Clock with our dude Ziggy getting it done over there. We've got, there's my list. There's my list. We've got the Angle. Make sure you're checking that out, as well as the brand new Sunset Soccer Club, which just kicked off a couple of weeks ago, and us. There's a lot going on all the time. There's something going on right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. We're going to dive right in, get some sports done here, see where the heck Alex is. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Well, hopefully he'll show up soon. Oh, there he is. Right on time. There he is. I think. Hello. Again, riveting podcasting happening right now. I can hear you, but it sounds like it's coming through your laptop. Your podcast is important to us. Please wait while we work through some technical issues.
There it is. Okay.
It still sounds like you're coming through your laptop, not your microphone.
That's the audio part. I'm probably still coming through because one day I will not have technical difficulties, but it is not this day.
All right, fair enough. I had just done the as you can see, welcome. There's new stuff in StreamYard that we're going to be playing with as it goes on. I don't know, things like Something I Deserve. You know. We also have, if we want to talk about breaking news, we can do that now.
You've been having fun, haven't you?
I kind of have. I've been playing around with stuff because I got on a little bit early. We do want to start our sports talk with a couple of RIPs in the world of sport. First of all, former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue passes away at the age of 86.
Last great commissioner of the NFL.
Guy that dealt with the league in a tough time.
Arguably the toughest if you look at how everything went.
Yeah.
Especially when you realize, just shake it out to the idea that the replacements is based on a thing he had to deal with.
Yep. And
he handled it well enough that it became a comedy.
And we're actually going to talk about Keanu Reeves here in a little while.
Nice.
I'm going to put a pin in that. Also this week, Lenny Wilkins at the age.
That's a tough one.
Like those were back-to-back days, if I remember correctly.
Your Father Time's undefeated, and Coach Lenny, all-timer.
Basketball, Pro Basketball Hall of Famer, drafted by the St. Louis Hawks in 1960.
Mm-hmm.
He had 4 different numbers throughout his career. Actually, 5, I'm sorry. Played with the, as Ice Cube once said, the Seattle Supersonics. Cleveland, Portland, coach Seattle, coach Portland, coach Seattle, coach Cleveland, Atlanta, Toronto, and the Knicks. 9-time All-Star
I'm
MVP. we also gave away-
sorry. Was that just breaking news on the feed right now?
Huh?
Is Garrett Wilson breaking news from what they just put up on the screen?
I was reading a different screen. I don't know.
Okay. So we had everything advertised. Do we want to do breaking news? You could hit your button.
Oh, hold on. I got 2 buttons I got to hit. We have breaking news right now. We go live to Alex, and I can't make it stop.
Well, apparently, not only is Garrett Wilson out for Thursday Night Football, they have put him on IR.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So hope you weren't relying or expecting him to do anything for the rest of the season.
But our best to the family, friends, and fans of both Paul Tagliabue and Lenny Wilkins.
Absolutely.
NCAA football. Sometimes I want to go back to my own timeline. And sometimes I'm kind of good here for a couple more days because South Florida's got the 12 seed right now.
You know, somebody asked me if I wanted to take a bet on South Florida making the playoffs. But they wanted to pair it with like 3 other teams. And I was like, how crazy is it that South Florida isn't my problem with this grouping?
Yeah, that
broke my brain.
And Derek Brooks now works for the university.
The Fighting Pierre Pauls.
Last week in the NCAA, as we're getting closer to bowl season, USC big over Northwestern as they continue to free fall. Tech beats BYU. Georgia big over Mississippi State. That might be the game to watch this week as Texas goes to Georgia. It's going to depend on which Arch Manning shows up.
Which shoulder arrives, you mean?
I don't know if you also saw, Alex, but on your screen, you see a little button that says, like, show vertical or hide vertical.
Yep.
You can see how people that watch us vertically see us now. It's kind of cool.
It actually, we've had a couple of comments in the chat, mostly just saying hi, but it actually showed us who was watching vertically.
Carpe Diem 5. Do we know who that is?
No, but thanks for checking out.
All right. Welcome you. Let's see here. Indiana with a big win over Penn State in a crazy game down there in Happy Valley. Ole Miss, the Citadel, like, I love that the Citadel exists, but are they the Washington Generals of college football? Like, Florida used to play them the week before Florida State for like 5 years straight.
Now, Citadel is bad, but they also are a prep team. So I'm going to say no to the Washington Generals because that will be reserved for the UMass Minutemen, who anytime they win a football game, it becomes national news.
Fair enough. Ohio State continues to win as they beat Purdue by 24. Oregon squeaks one out against Iowa to stay on the top 10 as A&M beats up on Mizzou. Miami gets back to their winning ways by 28 over Syracuse. Vandy wins again.
Yeah.
Beating Auburn.
Pavia.
You know?
I'm telling you, 2-man race. Fernando Mendoza, Diego Pavia. That's your Heisman right now.
Badger by a field goal over Washington. Cal upsets Louisville as they took down in overtime. Virginia gets upset by Wake Forest. Wait, it's basketball season. Why are we talking about that? Notre Dame big over Navy. And by the way, South Florida has Navy this week.
Oh, that's going to be a real tough test.
And Alabama all over LSU as they continue to try to figure out what the heck is going on down there in Baton Rouge. NFL.
The fact that they're actually pining for the days of Coach O breaks my brain. Oh, man.
So as we get into NFL talk, a story breaks today. We may have found the bridge too far for me in the NFL.
The bridge too far on the NFL
for me.
Okay, I got to hear this.
I know we're going to get the Toy Story thing again next month. I dig it. It reaches a new audience. We got the Simpsons thing last year, which was awesome. You got the SpongeBob thing, which I think is hilarious, and you've got the Nickelodeon thing. Did you see what we're doing with Sunday Night Football on December 7th?
I believe I did.
It's going to be Texans Chiefs, which I can understand why you would do this for that game.
Yep.
But we're going to have a reality hot seat for this game where there will be people like Boston Rob in the booth for whatever that's supposed to be.
It's what I want to say involves words we don't say on this show, but it starts with dog.
No! That's what
it starts with dog and rhymes with bit.
I mean, why? Is there a demographic there that you think you can reach with this sport? Because
you really don't want me to answer that. You really don't want me to answer that.
I get you want as many eyes on your product as possible. I respect that. But this one might be a bridge too far for me.
Well, this is literally catering to how many stupid people there are online. That's literally what this is.
And it will be Peacock and NFL Plus is where that's going to be.
And you know what? He's not here, so let's steal one of Don's bits. Remind me not to watch it.
I will do that.
Because I don't think I'm going to care about that game. I may have the Chiefs, depending on what the line is, allegedly. But that might be the extent of it. I just don't care. Houston can play defense. Kansas City's doing everything pretty well. I don't know that I'm going to want to watch that game, even.
And we are now officially in the second half of the regular season, which
yes, we are
mind-blowing because, as we know, the NFL season lickety split, and there it is. Let's talk about last week. Denver over Vegas. Boy, did they not cover.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes facts don't exactly affect the outcome because I really thought that there was going to be a bit more drag to Denver, but ooh.
We almost had an upset in Berlin. It takes overtime for Indy to beat Atlanta and not cover by a doggone half a point.
Yep.
Houston was giving one, but didn't need it as they beat Jacksonville in a game I do not believe. My picks were terrible again this week. I am struggling.
Well, remember, that was the one that flipped because in the contest, which you can get into at ESPN.com, searching for the Clubhouse Podcast. It's never too late. Obviously, you might not win now, but at least you'll be ready for next season.
Yep.
Now that we've dropped that, just pick that back up. You're looking at a circumstance that it completely flipped from the beginning of the week to the end of the week where Houston was an underdog. And I took it because I don't know what it is about Jacksonville, but if you look back through the last, I want to say 5 years, they have faced 9 different backup QBs and lost 8 of them. That's something like what the record is. It makes no sense because apparently Jacksonville's pattern is if we don't have tape on the guy and we don't have time to prepare, we're gonna lose. And General Mills and his brontosaurus neck eked out over the end zone to win that game.
Food side note of the week. Apparently there's now Korean barbecue Spam. I just saw a commercial.
I believe it's called musubi. That's actually an old thing.
No, it's a Spam can you can buy that is Korean barbecue flavored. That's not musubi.
Oh, I thought you were okay. I saw the sushi out of the corner of my eye.
I've had musubi because they have it at Hawaiian Bros right up the street.
I apologize. I heard what I thought you were saying and not what you were saying, and that could be a good lesson for all of us.
Carolina disappoints me as New Orleans beats them by 10.
Oh, that was funny. That's insane, but it was funny.
Tampa Bay giving 2.5. I still took New England because New England is starting to roll and they're in their Nor'easter rivalry uniforms tonight, which I kind of dig it.
I do kind of. They're very Christmassy.
I'm here for it. So Cleveland giving 2 to the Jets and the Jets win outright.
Yeah. And it wasn't particularly close. Cleveland had to come back for that.
Lord. Baltimore all over Minnesota in a game I did not have. I'm going to skip this one and come back before I have my meltdown of the week. Chicago beats New York as Jackson Dart goes into concussion protocol. And it is now the Jameis Winston era. Which
I've been calling for.
You've been wanting. Don't get me wrong. I just got that notification on my phone Sunday, and I was like, good mercy.
Well, you know what? There's an interesting situation that, as a Giants fan, I can speak to that we haven't had in a very long time. Yeah, this year sucks, and we're losing. But, dude, how much fun is next year going to be with Neighbors and Dart and Scataboo?
Seattle doubles up on Arizona. I believe I had that. Detroit doubles up on football team, which I also believe I had.
I did not.
Rams almost double up San Francisco, which I think I had.
We all had that one. Yeah.
Pittsburgh loses to Los Angeles. Thank you, Don.
Uh-huh.
And Philly and Green Bay. Monday night.
Can we? No. Lump all of the primetime games together because they were all terrible.
Monday night. The new band I'm working with, Different Vibe, we had a show down in Deep Ellum at 3 Links. I want to thank everybody that came out for Marine Corps Birthday Bash and Veterans Day. Got some really great feedback from people. They could not have the game on in the bar.
Oh, do they use YouTube TV?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you could find it on YouTube TV.
Oh.
And you could click it, and then nothing would happen.
Not even the courtesy banner? Not even the, please reach out to your provider as they are in negotiations with. But you know what I'm talking about. There's usually that banner.
And YouTube TV wanted to offer me a $20 bill credit on my next bill. And I was like, there ain't going to be a next bill.
Pick a finger.
So, but then I saw there was like 5 minutes left in the game and I saw the score and I was like, what is happening right now?
Nothing. The answer to that question is nothing because nothing was happening.
And I believe I had Philly in that game +1. So I'll take it.
I don't remember what I had, but yeah.
Miami. What in God's name is going on with my beloved Dolphins right now?
I'm sorry. Are you going to mention what happened after the game?
I didn't watch this game.
No. Are you going to mention what happened after they all left? Okay. I'll put a pin in it then.
I get notifications on my phone by score when it comes to my Dolphins and my Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in a football mood on Sunday, much less for this game, because you could have given me Buffalo -30 and I'd have still taken it.
I think we all did.
What happens? Miami scores 30 and beats them by 2 touchdowns and a field goal. What?
Okay, so I'm going to go one step further with you on this one, Rob. What is the place in South Beach, or should I just say Miami, where, let's say, the Stanley Cup has visited, where visiting teams fans tend to congregate?
South Beach? Oh, the Elbow Room.
Yeah.
I've been to. I used to have a T-shirt. I don't know what happened to it.
So the Elbow Room has become Bills Mafia branded, essentially, when the Bills come into town.
Elbow with no W, by the way.
Correct. Mike McDaniel decided to drive past the Elbow Room yelling at all the Bills fans after they won. Because, leadership.
Elbow Room, send me a T-shirt. I need a T-shirt.
How angry do you think Steven is that Mike McDaniel's going to win like 3 more games and still be the coach? Do you want me to give you your best case scenario, though?
What I want to do, and I know how to do this, I just haven't done it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go to YouTube and take the video for Only Want to Be With You. And I just want to clip the whole part where he says, I'm such a baby because the Dolphins make me cry. And just put that on a loop every week on Sunday night.
So here's what's going to happen, though. And you're going to like this. They're going to hire somebody as the GM, but they're going to kind of defer a little bit just because new. Dan Quinn's going to get fired by Washington. McDaniel is going to beg, plead, scrape, claw to bring him in. You're going to wind up having a Miami success story again next year because Mike McDaniel needs an old pro DC that can handle everything to the coaching and have him bounce stuff off of the way he did with Vic Fangio during that really great year. This is what's going to happen next year. And then Mike McDaniel will get an extension and Steven will be screaming so loud we can hear him from Fort Worth.
And his brain will melt.
Yeah.
All right. Tonight, New England giving 12.5 to New York.
Oh, This opened at 10.5, and it wasn't enough. I want to say it actually got up as far as 14.5 at some books, and then it started to come back down with money on New York, because the real bet on this is the under, because the Jets are going to score 12, and New England's going to score like 21. But that means that they're going to cover, but barely. Sorry, I meant 24, not 21.
They're going to need to run the ball a lot.
Yeah.
The Jets. And again, I like this.
Well, they only run the ball.
I like the end. That's very, very
Yeah, it looks. Here's the craziest part about this. They take prop bets on these games for like how many yards people are going to get.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to guess in this professional football game what the line on Justin Fields' passing yards are, what would you think it is?
The over-under for it?
Correct.
40.
Passing yards?
You asked like it was a
okay. I fair. I set you up to guess under, but on average, you'll have quarterbacks that'll be around like 2 to 240.
Right, 220
passing yards,
250 on a good day, 300 on a finance.
I saw this as low as 128.5 for Fields.
On one of the betting sites that sponsors a show that I listen to, they had one of the basics was Brees over under 60.5.
Under.
Yeah. I mean, that's like take the under on that.
Because he'll get his running yards in the first quarter, but as soon as New England starts to pull away, they're going to have to throw.
I believe we are in Madrid.
That is correct.
As Football Club is hosted, quote unquote, by my beloved Dolphins. Somebody's getting out of this without either a 3-win or 7-loss record. Miami's giving 2.5. I would take Miami minus 2.5 just because football team the wheels are shaky. And I hate saying that because I really like that team right now. But Miami will do enough to win this game by at least a field goal.
Miami should win this one by closer to a touchdown. But that's just because, as you said, you say the wheels are shaky. I think at least 2 of them are already gone on Washington between injuries and just not able. I feel bad about it because I would say they are best equipped to handle their starting quarterback going down with Marcus Mariota. But the problem is they have no offensive line. They lost yet another one to injury this week. And you're missing Terry McLaurin. Deebo Samuel still looks a little bit slow, but he's definitely playing better than expected. And nobody else is picking up enough of the slack.
Back stateside in the early set, Chargers go to Jacksonville. Chargers going Charger. And they're giving Jacksonville 3 at home. Give me Jacksonville in this. It's November. It's time for Chargers to Charger.
Jacksonville sucks. Give me the Harbaughs. They are the better coaching team. Plus, the Chargers have better talent. I don't know when we're going to give up on Trevor Lawrence. I don't want to. I feel like we're just a couple of things away from it clicking, but Jacksonville is terrible. Their record is nowhere near where it should be right now. They should be losing way more of these games, and the Chargers should be winning more. Give me the Chargers.
Cincinnati goes to Acupuncture Stadium. Pittsburgh giving 5.5. They let me down last week, but give me back this week. They'll beat Cincinnati by at least touchdown.
Honestly, give me Cincinnati. It's too many points. It's a division game. Flacco, the biggest thing in this game is that Flacco is figuring out how to funnel targets to Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and who cares who else is there unless he needs to dump off to Chase Brown. And the one thing that the Steelers defense does is they funnel people into zones, which Flacco can pick apart. So they are not going to win, but this is going to be a field goal game.
Green Bay goes to MetLife Stadium to play your beloved Giants.
Don't celebrate that hard. You just played defense on a quarterback
who has their new quarterback who really wants to bring back the chewing of the W so bad he can taste it.
They've been doing it all year.
Green Bay giving 7. It ain't enough. This I hate. Because I know your beloved team, but
Oh,
I can't.
There is no chance that the Packers lose this game. But then again, I said that against Cleveland, and I said that again against Carolina. I still don't think they're going to win. But with this many points, give me the Giants on a backdoor cover because Jameis throws for 400 in the fourth quarter. That's literally what this is. They'll be losing 35-6, and then Jameis will be like, "Oh, it's the fourth quarter. Yeet, 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 yeet. Oh, we lost by 4."
I did a reference to that Monday night, by the way.
I'm sorry?
I did a reference to that Monday night, by the way.
Nice.
Because our bass player's name is Nook. They said, brother got one name. 4 letters, 1 word. Nook. And I heard like a couple of people laugh, and I was like, some of you will get that, and some of you don't, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Chicago goes to US Bank Stadium. Minnesota's going to beat them like a drum.
I agree.
2.5. This is going to be, after what happened last week, I feel bad for the Bears.
Now, I want to clarify. I like a lot of the progress we're seeing with Chicago. Their record is better than it should be, but they have so many good players on defense that are out or even on IR. That's why, if you look at every one of Chicago's wins, the only time they were dominant was against the Cowboys. But every other time they had to come from behind, and Ben Johnson knows how to call offense, which is why they've been able to come from behind, but they give up points like crazy. So it's not, they're not going to cover. That's basically it.
The new Oilers go to the old Oilers, and the new Oilers giving 6. It's sad when I'm like, I really am just going to take Houston as bad as they are. The Titans are worse.
Well, remember, they ruled out CJ Stroud. They did rule out CJ Stroud, so you got to put an asterisk on it.
Still give me Houston -6. I don't like it, but when you're over under 37.
Yeah, that's a very, very fair point.
God.
But this is one of those pro tips that you look for. If there's a low total but a high spread, you should start looking at the underdog, even if you have to hold your nose and take the Titans like I am this week.
Tampa Bay goes to Buffalo. Did you see the press conference yesterday?
Which one?
Both quarterbacks.
Oh, the friendly smack talk.
Yes.
Yes.
The look on Josh Allen's face when they told him about Baker Mayfield saying that he's 6'10". Yeah. It just, God, I love it when guys get along on that level.
But did you hear the comeback, the Josh Allen rib at him?
Oh yeah, no, I heard
he wears two gloves to play golf.
Yeah,
it's like, is that an insulting thing? Yeah, it is.
Got my head edged this morning, and they had it on. Yeah, we have a touchdown. And they were showing First Take, and they showed both sides of that. Yeah. Boy, watching them, they went after Stephen A. this morning. It was funny.
Of course they did.
Carolina goes to Atlanta. Atlanta giving them 3.5. Atlanta just now getting back from Berlin. Give me Carolina in this. I don't. It's time for Falcons to Falcon too.
Well, I'm having a hard time not remembering what happened the last time they played. And yet I'm taking Atlanta.
San Francisco goes to Arizona and gives Arizona 3. Until I'm told otherwise, I cannot take Arizona on any level. San Francisco, as banged up as they are, 3 points, they'll cover that.
But here's your real interesting part on that. Do you know the other note about this game that got confirmed today?
I saw something earlier today, but I can't remember what it was.
Brock Purdy is back.
No.
So that means take your over bets on George Kittle. The offense is going to run better, although Mac Jones, incredible job.
Yeah.
But Arizona's actually playing well. Give me Arizona until somebody finds a true weakness, because now that they have Brissett, the sacks are down, the turnovers are down. He does better with that offense than Kyler Murray, even though Kyler Murray is infinitely more athletic. This is one of those classic situations that we've talked about before. We've always liked Jacoby Brissett. Now he's in an offense that plays to his strengths, and we're seeing them getting rewarded for it. I'm still going to take San Francisco just because I feel like they've had more time to prepare on this one, but I like Arizona going forward.
Seattle goes to SoFi. Rams giving 3, which makes it
a push.
Rams starting to come alive. Seattle is 2. They're both 7-2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're officially into the late setup with the last game.
Yeah. Would you like me to give you a note?
Give me Seattle +3. This seems like a weird game to me. It just
I am in the exact same boat because the weirdest split is that Mike McDonald, not McDaniel, somehow.
Wait, who is that?
McDonald.
Micah McDonald. You're welcome.
No free ads, but I'll take a McRib. Anyways, I did have to. But if you look at his splits, usually teams are better at home, especially Seattle. But it makes no sense. Mike McDonald's kryptonite is playing at home, and he's lights out on the road. Give me Seattle.
In what could be the highest stakes game of the week on one side of it, Kansas City goes to Mile High. I saw a stat this morning that said if Kansas City loses this game, they will be 5-5 after 10 games for the first time since 2007.
I actually would have guessed further back, actually.
KC giving 3.5. Yes.
Yeah. I had the hot take that Denver was going to win the division, and I still feel like it's going to be them or the Chargers at this point. But Kansas City's going to be that we may not have won our division, but they're going to wake up and destroy the playoffs because they're a better, more complete team and better coached. In a situation like this with the division and Kansas City knowing how much they need this, plus Denver might be the most, and I know I'm saying this against the team I picked to win the division, might be the most fraudulent division leader in the league right now.
We're 8-2.
I mean, yeah, lucky 8-2, but they're 8-2 nonetheless.
Rather be lucky than good, brother.
Exactly.
But I would take Kansas City minus the 3.5 just because of the desperation of it all.
Yeah, and I still am not a huge fan of narratives like that because at the NFL level, if they need motivation, they probably shouldn't be in the game. But it's you're not wrong that they need it.
It's also a team that thrives on motivation. The Chiefs are. What's that?
The statistic they just put up is that Drake May, for the last 5 games in a row, has thrown 2 or more touchdowns. It is the longest active streak in the NFL.
Kid's good.
He very much is. Which is why I keep laughing at all of the memes of Tom Brady getting cloned and Drake May is the result.
Wrapping up the late set, Baltimore goes to Paul Brown Stadium and gives them 7.5. It ain't enough. Cleveland's they're in a tailspin.
And Baltimore is in a fury right now. It makes me feel so much better about my preseason pick.
Sunday night football. This will be a fun one at the Link. Detroit hosts Philadelphia. Philly giving 2.5, which pretty much makes it a pick 'em. Philly, outside of the A.J. Brown of it all, is really starting to come alive. I love Detroit. You know how this show loves MCDC. Philly is trying to keep their momentum. I will take Philly minus 2.5.
I'm with you on Philly, but that's because Detroit has weak spots that they haven't had in years past. But great teams that happens to as coordinators and players leave. That's just the nature of the business. But Philly is winning ugly. Like they're in the trenches, and it's not just the tush. Oh, I may or may not have an over on Travion Henderson's longest rush.
All right.
Allegedly. But Philly is winning ugly because they're doing a little bit of everything well. But here's the real interesting rub I have for a bet on this one. A.J. Brown overs. He's the squeaky wheel this week, and we have a streak in the NFL itself of about 5 weeks running where a receiver or a family member talks about not getting love or not getting use and then them booming the next week. So if the pattern holds, AJ Brown's about to have about 150 yards and 2 TDs.
Woo.
But I also like Jamison Williams in this game as the counterpoint to that because they're going to throw every bit of that defense on Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Monday Night Football. We go to Allegiant Stadium.
The Doom.
As we know, the autumn wind is a raider. As they host the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is giving 3.5. I don't see enough that I can't pick them because it's the Raiders. And Pete Carroll is losing his mind right now.
That's assuming Pete Carroll had a mind in the last 20 years. But
I'm not saying.
You're taking Dallas at, what was it, 3.5?
Minus 3.5.
This is a ladder bet for me. Give me Dallas at 3.5. Give it to me at 4.5. Give me at 5. It's going to keep going up because here's what the biggest thing is. The Raiders are the definition of a spiral right now. The Cowboys are playing well, had an extra week to prepare for this on top of another day for a Monday. But here's the biggest thing you have. The Raiders play zone defense more than any other defense in the NFL, and it's not close. You want to put CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens against a zone defense? They're both going to break 100 yards. Bet on all the Cowboys overs. Everything is going to go their way. Javonte Williams is going to wind up running the entire second half, and they're going to win by double digits. It's Dallas all week.
All right. Let's move on and get into TV and start with stuff we watched this week on a TV screen that's meant for TV. I almost had something, but then I didn't. So I got nothing for TV this week.
This is terrible to say. I feel like I had something and I'm blanking on it right now.
That's why I have to update the run sheet in real time because otherwise I'm going to forget.
Yeah, it's the ADHD kicking in. If it's not written down, it's only a theory. I'm going to say I have nothing for TV.
The one thing I can tell you, SNL is in a bad place this year. It's bad.
Sir, SNL has been garbage for years. I understand you are a faithful follower.
Most years, there is at least one episode at this point in the season that I can say that was a good episode. Now, like Sabrina Carpenter's monologue was rough to get through. Like
it's not a knock on Sabrina Carpenter, but I want you to think about the words you just said. Sabrina Carpenter's monologue. A person who respectfully should be the musical guest and maybe in a couple of skits. I like her.
She was a Disney kid. She can act. Because we're going to talk about that in movie talk.
Yeah, there's other movie news that we don't want to talk about in case anybody's asking.
And maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know. But they seem to be going more and more obscure with the musical guests. Like we had Brandi Carlile a couple of weeks ago. She was great.
Yeah.
But a lot of these musical guests, I'm like, and you are...
I think it's... Right now, you have the traditional demographic that SNL has moved on. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to reignite with a younger audience. The problem is if you're on TV, the younger audience ain't watching.
Especially on a Saturday night at 11:30 Eastern.
Exactly.
Like Nikki Glaser hosted last week.
I love Nikki Glaser. But the problem is that that's me and maybe 17 other people.
I
get
like
excited for that.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm saying excited for Nikki Glaser to be on.
The monologue, she tried too hard. It's that simple. And some of the sketches were it was like...
But
there was one sketch where I was like, okay, you stuck the landing with that. I'm cool. But the rest of it was just like...
But with Nikki Glaser, how much of it do you think was her struggling? And how much of it do you think was her not trying to say a word she's not allowed to say?
Seemed to be okay with it in the monologue.
Okay. Well, I don't watch. So...
ABC, Hulu, Disney FX News. Season 3 of Tell Me Lies will start on January the 13th. So mark your calendars for that. They have renewed Alien Earth for season 2.
I was hoping you had that on there.
But they have canceled English Teacher after 2 seasons.
I don't know anything on that one, but it looked like it had some chance. But
well, the timing on here was a little rough for me because friend of the show, Craig Price, has a secondary show now called Conversations with Craig, and this month's Q&A is with Enrico Cataloni, and he's on that show and talks heavily about that show and how much he's enjoying being on that show.
Yikes.
Season 2 of Shogun will start production in January.
Did you see the tidbit on that?
Oh, that's all I saw. And
that there is going to be a time jump.
Okay.
Okay. No. I'm saying it specifically non-specific because I know you watched the original, and I believe you said you read the book.
I did not read the book.
Okay. Is there at any point a roughly decade jump?
I don't remember offhand.
Okay.
But when they say they've got enough material for 5 seasons, it's going to go beyond the book.
Oh, no. I get that. But what I'm saying is they're saying it is a decade jump. Now, from where that first season ended to a decade, I feel like there's a lot.
Yeah, but it would make sense with the way it ended that you'd have to do at least some form of a time jump.
I could see that. But a decade?
Apple TV Plus announced today that season 2 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters will kick off on February 27th.
And they have dropped the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the headline from that?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
The King.
Go ahead.
King Kong is in the trailer.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the Monarch universe is covering a lot.
They are dropping a new series with 6 episodes on December 19th called Born to be Wild. Each episode is going to feature a young animal that's raised in our world and then transitioned into theirs. So I'm a little interested in this. And they also announced that all of the MLS matches that they carry will be free worldwide starting next season.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. HBO Max is doing a spin-off series from Superman. It will be called DC Crime.
The concept has made me laugh way too hard.
Jimmy Olsen will be your host with Skylar Gisondo returning, and it's like a true crime series. And season 1 is going to focus on Gorilla Grodd.
I thought it was only episode 1 was on Gorilla Grodd.
I thought I read season 1.
Well, to be perfectly honest, we don't know. It is already in preliminary, but somebody did a mock-up that was Skylar walking in like Dean Stockwell on Unsolved Mysteries, but in full Jimmy Olsen of, sorry.
Getting texts from his lady.
What's that?
Getting texts from his lady. That was one of my favorite parts of that movie. It was that dynamic.
That was hilarious.
Him and Tess Knocker. Season 2 of Dune Prophecy is in production, and it's going to be longer than season 1.
I still have to watch the first season.
Yeah, so do I. And we have it. We report everything we can on this show, whether we agree with it or not, whether it's something I will watch religiously or not touch with a 10-foot pole. November 28th will be the debut of season 2 of It's Florida, man.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
World's worst superhero.
Netflix has officially greenlit the Different World sequel series that will be handled by Debbie Allen and Felicia Pride.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. I apologize. I had to catch up on which one was a different world.
Oh, yeah.
Because that kind of
me in season 1.
There's a bit of it that predates me. In fact, most of it, if not all.
I love that show.
No. I've never heard anybody say a bad thing about it.
In what could be the craziest headline of the day, Peacock has canceled Poker Face after 2 seasons. But that's not all.
Mm-hmm.
They're shopping it to find a new home, and they want to replace Natasha Lyonne with Peter Dinklage.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm very confused about all this.
Well, but the reason I'm so I love Natasha Lyonne, but I also love Peter Dinklage. So
the thing is, like, she's not radioactive, and I've heard she is fantastic on this show.
Yeah.
So where's the problem?
I don't know that it's a problem as much as they're just so. this has a weird parallel if I'm understanding the situation correctly. We talked about, I believe, in Tech Talk a few weeks ago that the announcement was that Halo will no longer be Microsoft Xbox exclusive.
Correct.
Part of that is because they're allegedly going to rebuild all of the Halo games and then just release them on PlayStation as if they're new. So I wonder if it's more along the lines of, we don't want to build a system and do all of this because we don't want to do the capital outlay, but here's this nice shiny toy. So now they're taking this show that has already done well and saying, ooh, Peter Dinklage, shiny.
Yeah, and another one that I've never heard anybody say anything bad about.
No, in fact, I've never heard anybody say, and it was anything other than great.
Prime Video will stream the Game Awards next year.
Okay.
And announced today, I don't know how I feel about this. November 25th at 8 Eastern will be the debut of a new weekly sports talk show on Prime Video. It will be called Good Sports, and it will be hosted by Kenan, Thompson, and Kevin Hart.
I can see a circumstance where I want this to be what I want this to be, but it's not talk.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how this works.
For me, this is subtract Snoop Dogg, add Kenan, make them go do sports.
Yeah. TV on DVD and Blu-ray this week. I say this
because if we don't get one episode with a knuckle puck, I'm going to be pissed.
I only say this because I've interviewed some of the voice casts from this show. By the way, Dallas Comic Show coming up a week from Saturday on the 22nd. Season 3, part 2 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is an anime that'll be out.
Okay.
Also, season 7, part 2 of My Hero Academia and the complete series of Yellowstone will be available.
Because, of course.
Movie news before we get into that. We do want to send our best to the friends, family, and fans of Sally Kirkland, who passed away at the age of 84 this week. Laura Dern's mother. Incredibly talented. And I heard that. I was like, oh, man. That is just part of that thing of just
time.
Yep. Why you punish me, as a wise man once said, She was a one-time member of Andy Warhol's The Factory. She did a lot of avant-garde theater. Her birthday, she had just had a birthday. She was born on Halloween in 1941 in New York City. She went to the Actors Studio and American Academy of Dramatic Arts. Let's see here. She's named after her mother, who was a fashion editor at Vogue and Life, and she grew up in Oklahoma. De Niro dated
born in New York City, grew up in Oklahoma. Isn't it usually the other way around? Like Mickey Mantle would like a word.
Yeah, no kidding. She was in The Sting, The Way We Were, Big Bad Mama, great movie. The 1976 A Star Is Born, Private Benjamin. Let's see here. Cold Feet. Oh, that's a rough one. I remember that because that was when I worked at the theater. She was in JFK, In the Heat of Passion, The Player with Robert Altman directing. Let's see here. Excess Baggage in 1997, Ed TV, which means she got to be directed by one Ron Howard. It's Almighty. I'm scrolling and I'm only in the aughts of her career. So now let's get into stuff we watched this week in a movie category. One movie we cannot talk about, and we'll talk about later.
Well, I actually have a movie for this because I had one that I had been hearing a lot of good things about, and it was on my list of I need to watch this for Halloween. So, the avenue we're going into. Sir, have you looked into anything for weapons?
I've read the Wikipedia page, and I'm good. Although, shout out June Diane Raphael.
Everybody in this movie is awesome. And it is... It's interesting how it's done because it's very old school in its horror styling. Like, there is some genuinely scary stuff in it, but I would count maybe one jump scare. The rest of it is more like the, oh, the anticipation, the suspense that the old horror movies used to use. And then I'm not going to spoil anything here. There is one character that is allegedly getting a prequel. So a little bit of a tease. And I'm looking at, and I'm like, I know who this is. Why do I know who this is? And then they appear in another scene, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Amy Madigan. The mom from Field of Dreams is here.
Oh, wow.
And it's really, really well made. It is really good. I know you're I don't want to say anti-horror, because you have a very strong stance of wanting the arts to succeed, even if you are not a fan. So I want to clarify that. But this one feels like a horror movie that you would appreciate, because it's not trying to jump scare you and make you pee your pants, but more of the just really well-made suspense. Everybody in the movie is phenomenal in their role. Benedict Wong, Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, Amy Madigan. But oh my, and how the title pays off. That's your true old school horror moment. I'll just say it at that. If you watch the movie and you get to that point, you're like, I'm good. I don't need to watch that anymore. I know Faith would turn away.
I need to self-correct. Diane Ladd, who passed away last week, was...
I apologize. I heard what you meant, not what you said.
Yeah, was Laura Dern's mother.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a handful.
Go for it.
We're going to go alphabetically, and then one I'll say for movie new releases. Berlin is a film I watched this week. This is an Argentinian film based on a true story about a woman who was imprisoned at a time when abortion was illegal in Argentina, and she was imprisoned saying, I didn't do this. This was a miscarriage.
Interesting.
It's very intense. I thought it was really well done, but it's not a movie I could watch again.
I could see where that would be a bit heavy and tough.
Today, I watched Elio.
Oh, how was that?
Not good.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. The original, because I went through IMDb, because I remembered the trailer that came out a year or two ago, and that's not the movie it is. So I had to go through the IMDb trivia to find out they basically rewrote the whole movie.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
And I think the movie that I saw the trailer for would have been a better movie. This just was very meh.
Well, what I was wondering was because a lot of these movies, especially at this time or this age, unless it's a major motion like from Disney or something where they're putting all their weight behind it, they all kind of look a little similar sometimes.
But it was Pixar.
But what I'm saying is so when I first saw Elio, I mentally checked out because I thought it was another Luca. That's where I got confused, because it's that same art style.
Suggested for me afterwards, oddly enough.
Yeah.
I also saw From the World of John Wick, Ballerina.
Ooh, how was it?
Action scenes are fantastic.
Okay.
And there's a duel towards the end I'm not going to spoil.
Okay.
But this duel is really dope, and it runs for like 10 minutes. You can ask me off air and I'll tell you.
I won't, because I want to watch it, to be honest.
The only thing I will spoil for you is she's fighting one guy, and she takes off. She's got like a bandolier of grenades, and she just takes the whole bandolier and wraps it around his head and then kicks the table. Like, there are some kills in this movie that I like literally stood up like, oh my God. But it's good. It's not great. But it takes place between John Wick 3 and 4. So, I thought it was, but you can only watch it on Stars right now. So when my wife wanted to get Stars when we moved to Hulu, I was like, I need to get on this now.
So you talking about that made me think of something else that we did not have in there. Did you have the the news about Ordained?
No, but I've still got one more movie to talk about.
Go for it. I'll look up the details.
I also watched Hedda this week.
Oh, how was that?
Terrible.
Really?
Yep. I love everybody involved in this movie. It's based on a play from the 1800s about a woman hosting a party and her husband's trying to get a promotion. And you know how I feel about movies where there's not a single character in the entire film that has any redeeming qualities?
Basically why I didn't like Ozark, yes.
That is this movie.
Oh.
And I love Tessa Thompson.
Yes.
And I love Imogene Poots. I love everybody in this movie. The director is the same director that did the Marvels. And there's a whole thing with all that.
Oh no.
This was not good.
That's unfortunate.
And I watched one more movie, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
What you got for me?
So, interestingly enough, we have talked numerous times about movies or shows that become comics or comics that become shows or movies. How often does a comic become a movie before the first comic is released?
Very rarely.
So, that is what's happening with Ordained. Now, would you like who will be starring in Ordained, the summary, or the team behind it first?
Whichever, it makes more sense.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of it being entertaining and fed for me to go back on. Okay, so Ordained follows the story of a priest.
Okay.
Who, in his duties, is to give last rites, possibly working in sketchier, more dangerous areas. So this priest performs the last rites, which part of the last rites is confession, on a major mob boss. Think Kingpin for parallels.
Fair enough.
Mob boss miraculously survives and realizes the priest is a loose end.
Oh.
Okay. Now, your writer is Derek Kolstad. If you don't know that name right off the bat, he wrote a little thing called John Wick. All right. Your producers are the Russo brothers.
All right.
And the first comic drops on December 10th. And they currently have slotted to star as the father, Colin Farrell.
Did they not get my audition tape?
Sir, you didn't know about the movie when we started talking about this. You can't run that joke.
It's also fair.
But, I mean, does this not just sound like goodness, layered on entertainment? But this also runs one of those things where I can't look at the comic until I see the movie because the comic's got to have more.
Right. I'm interested. Speaking of things my household is interested in.
Okay.
You're getting a Luther sequel.
I saw this. I was surprised. And they got everybody.
Netflix is doing it. Neil Cross is directing. I haven't told my wife yet. She's a big fan of that show.
Good.
We talked about Sabrina Carpenter earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Universal is doing a musical Alice in Wonderland with her starring.
Interesting.
I'm here for it.
I can see that. Yeah.
Things I'm not real here for. The co-writer of the Wreck-It Ralph films, Phil Johnston.
Okay.
He is directing and writing a live-action Viewmaster film.
I think I just figured out what this is going to be, and I already hate it.
I mean, I'm sure the Viewmaster is a portal to another dimension and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, do you want me to be more specific?
Go ahead.
They're going to Last Action Hero the damn thing.
Yeah, and it'll be in 3D.
Of course it will.
Because Viewmaster.
And they'll have special glasses that look like a Viewmaster. Yeah.
Thunder Smurfs 3 is going to run 3:15. The longest of the franchise so far.
You know, I saw that headline and my brain literally went, how was the second one not longer than that? That movie felt like it was...
It felt like 5 hours long.
It felt like 5 hours and was the first time I thought about getting up to go to the bathroom during a movie just to get a break. It wasn't very. It was visually spectacular, but it was not good.
It has been 30 years since the Emma Thompson, Kate Winslet Sense and Sensibility.
Wow.
Tom Wilkinson, Harriet Walter, Emma Thompson, Gemma Jones, Hugh Grant.
I really want to ask a bad question.
Alan Rickman, Alexander John, who was in something else I saw recently.
Is Tom still with us?
Wilkinson?
Yeah.
I
know Rickman isn't, obviously, but
no, he died 2 years ago.
Okay. I could not remember, but I hate asking those questions.
But it's going to return to theaters for its 30th anniversary.
They're doing that a lot with movies lately, and I'm kind of here for it.
In the 17th. So you can go.
I dig it.
And in my favorite headline for movies this week, the Hollywood Bowl has dedicated its stage to the maestro himself, John Williams.
I mean, we throw around terms like GOAT and the greatest. Very. Thanks.
I'm agreeing with. I mean, it's
that,
obvious where you were going, and I was agreeing with you.
Yes. I was going to clarify that there is debate in every other field except for this one, where even Hans Zimmer would be like, I did some cool stuff, but that's John effing Williams.
Yeah. Movie new releases and places you get movie new releases this week after the triple feature has happened. We have the latest from Osgood Perkins called Keeper. A romantic.
I've actually heard good things about this, but the imagery.
Yeah, a romantic anniversary trip to a secluded cabin turns sinister when a dark presence reveals itself, forcing a couple to confront the property's haunting past. Tatiana Maslany's in this.
I love her. I want everything that she does to be successful. I don't know that you're getting a dime from me on this one.
Well, you know how I feel.
Well, that's why I didn't bother with that part.
We have a new movie that has James Badge, Ben Foster, Rory Cochrane. That's all I can recognize here. It's called King Ivory, based on extensive research with law enforcement, gangs, inmates, migrants, and addicts, an expose on fentanyl trafficking and its effect in all walks of life. This is directed by John Swab. I've seen the trailer for this. This actually looks kind of interesting.
I was going to say, like, the setup of a cast and then the reading of the description, I'm like, wait, is this a documentary?
We also have Trap House this week, which also I've seen the trailer for.
We have so much experience with trap houses.
A DEA agent and his partner pursue thieves, their own rebellious teens, who began robbing a cartel using their parents' tactics and classified intel. This has Sophia Lillis, Bobby Cannavale, the Batista. Batista is in this.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen this trailer. This looks kind of cool.
What's the title on this?
It's called Trap House.
Trap House. Okay. Yeah, I made the joke about it and I already forgot the title.
The Running Man is this week, which I have not seen, but I am going to put on my list to try to catch at least an IMAX.
Absolutely. Especially with as many people saying it's fun and way closer to the original story. So
also this week, actually I'm gonna bury this one and go to the one I've seen.
Okay.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't hits theaters this weekend.
I was really disappointed to miss this screening.
Don and I both have reviews up at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That's our website.
He didn't like it as much as I did. This movie is fun. Like, I love the first two. I will recommend going back and watching the first two because there's some subtle things from the first two that happen in this one, but it's not mandatory. Go ahead.
Is there some nuance that tends to get lost in certain scopes to the movie?
I don't think so.
Because we've noticed a pattern in certain circumstances when movies try to get too clever, they often lose their audience, and it's been happening a good bit lately.
Well, I will say I got swerved.
Like how I kept that so neutral? I
got swerved twice going into the film.
Oh, really?
Yes, but I'm not going to, because they're spoilers.
Okay,
so
then
yeah. What they were. Although some people have tried to spoil it. I've already seen people out there, but again, you can ask me off air.
I won't, but I appreciate it.
And then there's this.
Uh-huh.
You and I were driving around recently, and I mentioned a film to you and said, I need you to watch this trailer. And I don't know that you have.
I don't think that I have because I can't remember the movie.
It is the newest Nicolas Cage piece of oeuvre.
No, I definitely have not.
That also stars FKA Twigs.
Oh. Well, she's already 0 for 1 in history for me.
It is called The Carpenter's Son.
Okay, for the record, I went to put this on and it failed like 3 times on YouTube.
So here's the thing. I'm going to give you the IMDb synopsis for this.
Go right ahead.
Family hiding in Roman Egypt. Son known as the Boy doubts guardian the Carpenter, rebelling with mysterious powers. As he uses abilities, they face
mysterious powers.
As he uses abilities, they face natural and divine horrors. When you watch this trailer, there is no doubt what they're doing here.
Yep.
Nobody has a name.
Unless you count Carpenter.
Nicolas
count the Carpenter.
Nicolas Cage is the Carpenter. Noah Jupe is the Boy. Not Bart Simpson. FKA Twigs is the mother. Isla Johnson is the stranger. Now, the stranger is the temptress, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say one person has a name. It is Lilith, played by Suhaila Yaqub.
So this will very likely cover a long stretch of time.
Let's just say as I'm scrolling through the cast listing,
Are you going to say it, or are you just going to leave us hanging there?
there could be potential spoilers in here. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like we should have played this trailer instead of reading anything. Just play it on air.
There's no way we'd be able to.
Okay.
Apparently, Nicolas Cage was attacked by bees while filming this movie.
Not the first time that's happened on a film for him. Because that happened during Wicker Man, too. Not just in the movie. I believe that happened on set.
He told his agent to find the closest script to a Robert Eggers movie.
Oh.
Because he was offended by Eggers' remarks that he can't see Cage fitting into his movies.
Oh. I've seen many Robert Eggers movies. I get what he's saying.
Oh, this is the kid from Honey Boy.
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to read through anything that I need to know here.
Oh man.
I'm at the spoilers section, and it's like
I don't even.
None of this is spoilers. Like, if you can't figure this out, what's happening right now?
If you can't figure out what's happening, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you.
Yeah, like
Stevie Wonder told you to open your eyes. Come on.
Yeah, this is gonna be a thing. Movies on DVD and Blu-ray this week. Splitsville, which is, do not watch this with the kids.
Yeah.
The 4K 30th anniversary edition of Casino. Also
Oh,
with the kids.
that's a good movie though.
Arrow Video is doing a re-release for a 4K of their treatment of Dark City, which I'm not a huge fan of. That was Proyas's follow-up to The Crow.
Yeah.
And they're doing a limited edition of Red Planet.
I am fascinated by how many people loved Red Planet because I am so confused.
Kino Lorber is doing a ninja trilogy of Enter the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, and How Did This Get Made All-Star episode Ninja 3, The Domination.
Nice.
Shout Factory, which may or may not be shutting its doors.
Let's hope not.
They've
like
got
their
a
stuff.
Better Tomorrow trilogy.
Sorry?
They're doing a Better Tomorrow trilogy of those films. And the Criterion Collection, by the way, the Barnes & Noble sale started last Friday. It goes to the end of the month. For 50, go to Barnes & Noble, 50% off all their Criterion titles, and Amazon is price matching.
Nice.
Because there's some titles that I am
you mean they are price matching Amazon?
No, Amazon's price matching the 50% off that Barnes & Noble is doing.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, but they'll release Eclipse Series 47, Abbas Kiarostami. I hope I got that close. Early shorts and features. They're doing their 4K releases of Elle and Hell's Angels. So, one quick tech talk for you, sir. That was today, about 3 hours ago. December 2nd, all modern consoles will have Red Dead Redemption. So, get ready for that.
I couldn't get into it. I wanted to. It was a phenomenally made game, but I am not an RPG guy.
Want to talk about CBD House of Healing for just a minute. They are an official sponsor right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. If you're dealing with pain, anxiety, and sleepless nights, and you want to not do that, which is a really good idea to not do that, we want you to be able to do it naturally, and CBD House of Healing wants to help you get there. It is a women-owned boutique, and they want to help. Summer Hansen is the owner. She's also a registered nurse. They only carry products from their lab. They don't outsource any of it because she has very high standards, and it's got to meet her quality and purity standards. She emphasizes building trusted relationships through education, giving you the knowledge that you need, because self-care really is the goal. And they have slushies, and Reiner can attest to that. So find your relief from those things. Sleep again. You can go to cbddallas.com. You can see the information right there at the bottom of the screen. Thank you, Alex. They're also located, they have the brick and mortar at 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101. That is Northwest Highway and Plano Road. It's a very busy area down there. So go check out CBD House of Healing and get what you need to get rid of those pains, those aches, and those sleepless nights. You want to see something else cool I got? Because we want to tell people, like, hey, you should like and subscribe on YouTube. And I see how it fits perfectly right there. Or we could say, hey, we like you to like and subscribe on both Facebook and YouTube. Or we can just isolate YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah, isolate Facebook. They got cool things. And now, this. The second half of this show is the Cheap Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things as it deals with the world of professional wrestling. And let us dive right in. MLW announces today that Battle Riot 7 will take place January 29th. That's a Thursday at the Heritage Park Events Center in Kissimmee, Florida. What?
I'm just realizing the timing.
That's Rumble weekend, isn't it?
It's close to it, but remember, the Rumble is apparently going to be elsewhere.
Every time I hear Kissimmee,
I was being vague.
I always hear my grandmother in my head, because before there were dad jokes, my family, there were grandma jokes.
Yup.
And have you heard the one about the couple sitting in the restaurant and they can't figure out how to say the name of the city? She thinks it's Kissimmee. He thinks it's Kissimmee. So they call one of the workers over. And they're like, look, you have to settle this argument. How do you say the name of where we are? And the server goes, Burger King. Shout out to my grandma. And congratulations, Natalia Markova is your new NWA Women's Champion, ending Kenzie Page's 2-year run.
Which means there are now 2 title holders in that household. So congratulations.
We also want to say congratulations. By the way, Impact is live tonight.
Good.
Just Turning Points tomorrow night. Mike Santana has hit 1,000 days sober. So we want to send a shout out. We can do that with the little achievement thing. See that? You can do that on the screen.
Nice.
So congratulations, Mike Santana. We wish you all the best. We're both huge fans, and we
Absolutely.
love hearing your journey. Again, Turning Point is tomorrow night. They got a lot to do tonight to get ready for it because there just hasn't been a whole lot. They've been doing so much of this stuff for Gold Rush.
Gold Rush.
Thank you. That they're like Turning Point's kind of a non-factor. It's weird. But did you see what they're doing now?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're looking for Mr. Elegance.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they're reversing the whip on Maxine Dupree.
Pretty much.
So they're looking for LA Knight. Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. Announced from the WWE today. Hold on. Okay. Elimination Chamber will be February the 28th at the United Center. So, you know how much I love that plea.
Well,
and plus
smart move for who they put forward on the poster for that one.
Absolutely. November 28th, which is Thanksgiving weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually Black Friday. We have Triple A Alianzas, which is a plea for them. The Creed brothers will face Pagano and Psycho Clown for the Triple A tag team titles. That's going to be a fantastic match.
Yeah, it will.
Looking forward to that. On SmackDown, why is Corey Graves dressed like a 70s game show host? What are we doing?
Because he's always dressed like that. There's just less skulls now.
Lord. And I appreciate that Piper is still on Chelsea's graphic.
Absolutely.
And new United States Women's Champion, who is now calling this her second term.
Yep. Non-consecutive.
I love that woman.
She could not be better.
Raw, guys, it's Netflix.
Yeah.
You don't have to mute the crowd. Even for WWF, it's okay because they're not branding anything. Like, come on.
Well, I think part of that is more they're doing it just in case there's a sponsor that would take issue.
John Cena announces that NXT versus WWE will be a part of Saturday night's main event, and I am excited about this.
Did you see the specific statement, though?
I just saw that, like, this was his idea.
His idea was to use NXT talent against up-and-comers on the card so they all get a showcase on a main show.
Love it.
I love that. I hate the other rumor. We talked about it.
Yeah. And I didn't know. I was Monday years old when I realized that Cena hadn't won the Intercontinental Championship. Like, that's just, to me, that's one of those, like, sky is blue, water is wet, John Cena's won every title. Like, that's the order. And then I found out, no, now he's, although I love this Grand Slam champion t-shirt. Love it.
I did not see the Grand Slam champion t-shirt,
fantastic.
but I am enjoying all of the other people that fit a certain saying, really? Just now? Took you long enough between Kofi and Miz going after him.
Miz has done it twice, right?
I believe Miz is the only one that has done it twice. AJ Styles is like one Intercontinental title or US title away from doubling up as well. There's probably a bunch of guys like, well, let's be honest, Cena's one Intercontinental title reign away from being a two. Oh my God. Are they going to hot shot it back and forth so the Miz can't say it? Because that would be the
are you ready to see this thing?
By Cena. Sorry?
Are you ready to see this thing?
Give it to me.
So, this is what the Grand Slam champion t-shirt looks like.
Oh, that is nice. And they got the correct
dig it.
belts for each of the first ones, too. That's cool.
Yep.
I
And
like
$35, not a bad deal. I don't know if I go to 2X, does that change it? No. So,
but the original spinner belt of the U.S. title in there.
Yeah, I love it. I think this is a really fun shirt, and you can see on the back it gives you the number of times he's won each title.
Okay. God, I hate that I say this because I'm not a fan of hot-shotting titles, but I kind of want them to do it now just so that Cena can get one up on the Miz.
I'll tell you something else they've done that I really like, and I'm trying to find it. Have you seen the limited edition belt they're doing for MSG?
I have not.
I'm trying to find it. I might have to go under titles because
While you're looking for that, did you see the write-up from Ray today?
I didn't. I read a headline about it, but I didn't see it.
You know me. I get emotional easily. It took all of about a paragraph and a half, and the waterworks started.
I forgot that he did the cream and the cream color for Tampa.
Yep. The creamsicle.
Weird.
I mean, they had
and the one from
probably 2 dates and almost everywhere. Yeah.
Why don't they have it on the website? Let me see if I can do a Google search on it. Images, please. Images, please. I think that's the one.
Okay.
1 second. Yeah, that's it. Let me give it in its own tab.
Give it its own berth.
I want you to see this thing. It's really cool. It's as much as you and I will both growl at it. It's
really
pretty, well, because of the design.
Well, the way you were positively talking about it made me surprised you said about the growl. That's what I'm not going to take issue with that. I mean, I get it. I don't have to like it. I'm not paying for it.
That is sharp.
It is. It very much is. Plus the subtlety of the New York pinstripe being reversed. Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. So, let's see. If you didn't see that Nikki Bella heel turn coming, you weren't paying attention because she walked in with a Philadelphia Eagles t-shirt on. Come on.
Yep.
And new women's tag champs in the Kabuki Warriors. I told you last night on the phone that both of those title moves both surprised me.
I would say neither surprised me, but I really dug the title move on the tag belts because I feel in that scope, there's only so much vocally they can do. So having a prop makes it easier for them on the heel side. Although Asuka screaming for Kyrie down the hall is still one of the funniest things to me for some reason.
Your new men's speed champion is Jasper Troy because off of El Grande Americano.
Because he's doing too much phenomenal work elsewhere.
Yeah. And so is Blake Monroe now Bailey? Because that was weird for me.
Honestly, I the first thought I had was one that I saw repeated in other areas, so I don't want to take claim of it as originality, but you now have Blake Monroe talking to Mariah May.
And by the way, shout out to my Ninja Thirsty. This is their peach iced tea because you can do it without the fizz. Fantastic. Very subtle, doesn't have a powdery flavor to it. I'm gonna order more. AEW MVP has re-upped.
Yep. So, I love how the more reports about him that come out is just getting debunked by the other people the entire time.
I love
the videos with Speedball are perfect.
I was going to say his back and forth with Speedball is fantastic.
Did you see the one where it was Speedball talking to Bobby and Shelton?
No.
So it's MVP and Speedball like basically running into each other on camera, realizing it's like, oh, F you, but not saying F, and they leave, and you have Bobby Lashley, and they're like being intimidating to Speedball, and they're like, wait, okay, he's gone. Hey, Speedball, how you doing? And they're like, buddy. MVP comes back, and they're like, man, you, like swearing at each other. I'll have to send it to you if I find it. It's great.
Blood and Guts went 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it did.
Queen Aminata was out.
Mm-hmm.
Flair was there, but he was not feeling well. His arm was in a sling. He did appear before the show, so he was
okay.
There. Love that sign in the crowd with that.
Yeah, the Mount Rushmore was. I want to take one small issue with it though. If it was for Greensboro Coliseum, probably shouldn't have been the Crow Sting.
Right, it should have been Great American.
It should have been Surfer Sting.
Yeah, Great American Bash when he won the title.
Absolutely, the U.S. Sting.
Yeah. Sky Blue bled quick and a lot. Holy cow.
She overbladed. She went too deep. Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
I mean, credit to her for going for it, but
And allegedly, Jamie Hayter chipped, quote, several teeth in that match. The quote I read is, as bad as you think it is, it's worse.
My favorite one in that scope, though, was a picture of my girls, because that's what I'm going to say from now on, my girls climbing out through the side of the cage, and somebody just putting, I'm not saying the Triangle of Madness robbed the Louvre, but...
Yeah. I'm also not saying that they didn't. I appreciate Claudio being called the emissary of violence.
That was a good name. That is really good.
And they really need to handle time management because Hulu has no sense of humor.
Nope.
2:30, that stops. So I had to go online to figure out who won.
Well, but that's why one of the things I was talking about with you before is if you have to go back and watch like I did today, go to HBO Max.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Go to HBO Max. You'll get it in 4K. It's going to be clean, and you can skip commercials.
Next week's show is 3 hours.
It's a special one.
Because of Full Gear.
Yep.
So be prepared for that.
Be prepared for Dyna Collision.
And I watched most of tonight's Ring of Honor. A lot of reality of wrestling guys because they were in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
The weird thing was your 5-time tag champs, Fly Def, weren't using that name. They were using, I guess, their own names, but everybody else that was part of reality of wrestling was using theirs. Like Will All Day used his real name. It was very strange.
I wonder if there's a trademark issue there where like Booker owns the name.
Maybe for them, but not everybody. I didn't see anybody.
No. But what I'm saying is they're probably using names that they came up with. There's a chance that Booker came up with the tag team name in his company and thus has rights.
And
now, even if he doesn't have rights, they're
the company.
I'm sorry,
but because they're a WWE ID promotion.
Bingo. Too. That's exactly where I was leading.
So, and we're only a couple of weeks away from Final Battle.
Yeah. I honestly can't think of another play or pay-per-view I care about for the rest of the year besides Full Gear to an extent and War Games, because it's War Games. It's a rough time right now. Like, just to give you an idea, right now the only official match you have on TNA's Turning Point is a tag match where your champion's involved, so the title's not really on the line, but it is against people that have the... It's stupid. And I hate it.
I'll be watching Survivor Series on delay because I have a wedding I'm officiating that night. So it may not be on like days delay.
Yeah,
because I might be able to get home in time to kind of watch it.
You'll get to it when you get to it, sir. That's all.
Anything else you want to talk about, sir?
You know, it's been interesting, but I definitely recommend going and checking out Ray's letter to Eddie that was published today. Very much hit in the feels. Welcome Chloe Moon Barnhill Lopez to the world. I am now officially, and I do love my niece Tamia, but Chloe is biological as well, so it's a new chapter, and already born with more hair than most people in my family.
All right, let's do the plug, shall we?
Absolutely.
There's QR codes right there. It's there, right here, right here.
There you go.
Go hit that so you can get to all of our social medias. Make sure you're following Sunset Lounge DFW on all your social medias. I really am looking forward to getting rid of this cough. Follow me on all your social medias if you like. Everything is Yes That Rob Irvin. That is spelled ERVIN. As it says below me, I am Vexploit on all social medias. If you'd like to help out the show, please go to prowrestlingtees.com/thecheappopcast. We've got a lot of different shirt options, a lot of different color options within those designs. That URL is at the bottom of the screen if you are getting this on video. But if you're an artist and either want to tweak or contribute a design to the store, you will get paid for 100% of the proceeds. And you can send those to me at alex@theclubhousepodcast.com. The official fact checker of Sooner Gator Productions is Don Ford. You can follow him on X Twitter at Igbunu, IGBUNUUU. And if you'd like us to come do a live remote show for you, we love doing live remote shows and hang out with the Empire. You can email him. He is Don at theclubhousepodcast.com. You can email me questions, comments, concerns. Tell me to go pound sand. I am Rob at theclubhousepodcast.com. Charlotte Marshall is on Pinterest because we are morally obligated to say that. Our normal show every Sunday night, 7 Eastern, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, is your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. So until next time, for Alex, for Don, for the Empire, I'm Rob. Clubhouse is closed.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.